Brian Phillips here again with another update on the house. This time, the updates are smaller, but they're really cool. Like this soap pump. This is really gonna make your day. They drilled a hole in our granite, which is awesome. And we have the sump pump, and then we have a disposal, which is pretty cool. This is a switch that, it's a pressure switch, and then it switches a latching control that's down underneath the sink. Let's show them that real quick, and then we'll show them the soap dispenser. Of course, we spent $13 on this thing, and it matches perfect. We're really happy. This one doesn't match perfectly, but it's still pretty dang good. So underneath here, we've got that controller, and there's actually an air line that goes down here. And so when you press this button up here, it changes the pressure on a diaphragm down there, and so it runs your fixture, which is pretty cool. I know that some of you guys probably have those, but if you don't and you're wanting one of these, then I have no clue what they cost.
It was like 40 or something maybe to just buy the whole setup.
Yeah, $40 or $50.
Wasn't that expensive?
One of them. But these things, it really is nice compared to having a switch, because on an island like this, but I mean, are you gonna have a switch like in your drawer? Or are you gonna have to open up under here and flip a switch? And I can just imagine working with food. You've got wet hands. You don't want to reach around and hit anything, so you can just do that. So.
And we didn't want it to be accessible to the kids.
Yes, we wanted to keep it away from the kids, so that way when they throw their toys or my tools into the disposal and then turn on the switch, we can avoid that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's the first thing, which is really cool. Obviously, things are getting done in here. One of the things we haven't showed you guys yet, we love dimmers, and it's bright in here, so let's show them this. Basically, I had somebody tell me that we should get Decora style dimmers, and the different cover plates call for different. This is just a toggle style, and a Decora style is going to be like this rectangular box here. And that's all hunky-dory. If you love those, go for it. I mean, it's not really that much different in money. It's not about money for us on that. It's all about the feel and the look and keeping them clean. And I just don't like the rocker switches, but some people love them, and that's fine. So it's just a personal preference thing. But that got done. The electrical for the surround sound got pulled through. Not particularly crazy about the cover plates that they picked. I'm not gonna share the name I gave them. But you can imagine what I called it. And we'll probably switch those out with just like a coax output. So it'll look nice. And then right behind me, this is the coolest and newest thing that's been added. And when I say added, you've already seen, but we're gonna show you what it's like out here. Jeez. That's another cool feature, the beep beep beep. That's all the fire alarm. And so we don't even live here yet, and we already have dead batteries.
Yep.
So
that we can't reach.
Anyway, so this is the deck. I don't know if you guys have seen the deck beyond just, you know, out to what about there?
Yeah.
And it was finished, and then the walkway was pretty much falling off to the stairs. And so now you can see and get a better feel for what we were after on this patio system, or excuse me, the deck. And then down below, we have our patio. This is the first time I've gone down these stairs, by the way, which is pretty cool. And this is where the patio, it's going to come out here just a little bit to catch the bottom of the stairs, so that when you're mowing, you can get under it, and then there'll be river rock here. And then that's all going to be paved. So when it's not like a tornado out here, like it is today, I can take off and land from under here. It's going to be so cool.
We'll come down and join you. You want us to come down?
Yes, come down, people. You can hear them shooting over there, which is always exciting. They're not shooting at us, so we're good with it. So this will be the way it is down here. So once you come over, so you make out of wind.
Yep.
There's kind of a windbreak when you get closer to the building. And like I said, during UMX flights and things like this, I can come out here and fly. And during the night, I can make it bright, so we can film down here. It's going to be really cool. So can't wait to show you guys that. They should be pouring this pad and a couple other pads maybe next week. So we'll give you an update on that. And then we have just a couple of loose ends to show you. Master bathroom, we got glass, and we'll show you that next. So coming to the master. In the master bathroom, we have a new addition. It is a giant, heavy piece of glass, which is pretty cool. And hold on, I'm gonna just show them how the door works. Looks really nice. I mean, this door is heavy.
Yes, it
It's
is.
gotta be like, and then you can see the strip on the bottom. That is so cool. And then there's one more thing. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a fishbowl. Basically, the code inspector, whatever guy from the county, the county inspector, insists that we put on a support on this piece of glass because they're concerned that it will fall and like kill somebody. So as usual, the state's looking out for us. So this is gonna go up here or like this. By the way, that thing weighs like a pound. It's crazy. Pound and a half, something like that. It's huge. And then this will sit down in here, and it's going to go up to the ceiling, and it'll go into another really, really heavy piece that receives a screw that looks like this. So it's going to go like that. And it does look, it looks better than I thought it was going to look, but it's still annoying to have a safety feature like that.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? Move to the county? Oh, wait, we already did that. So that's what that looks like, guys. And so we'll not be giving you a demo of it, but and then inside of here we've got the wiring on the backside of the lights. We've got to address that. Lots of fun going on. And then one other cool thing we did was right here we have an LED switch. Okay, now I want to show the people. So it's light out. So obviously this is going to be a bad demo, but walk in, you flip the light on. At the lowest setting, we switched around LED bulbs, which took us some doing. And you'll notice that that one just came on. So there's just enough time that these turn on. You got enough light to walk around in the dark, because we like when we get up in the middle of the night to go pee or whatever. You can walk in and flip the switch, and then you're not blinded by so much light. And then at a certain point in the sweep on the dimmers, all of these wake up together, which is really cool. And it was totally a happy accident. And when I say a happy accident, I mean, good luck getting your LED lights to do that, because I don't know, we bought all the same packages from all the same stores, from all the same lots as close we could get. And they just work different. And this is with the $20 dimmer switch, as opposed to the more expensive. So that's pretty much it. We're working through the house, kind of getting just different dimmers and things like this installed. And so, I mean, in terms of the update video, there were 2 days this week, three and a half days where nothing happened, which is super annoying because this week we just so happened to accept an offer on our house, which we are waiting for the inspection. So once the inspection's done, we figured we would just kill some time and show it again to somebody else who wants to buy it. So hopefully they'll give us a better offer, and then the inspection will go horrible. But we'll see how that goes. My wife doesn't like that deal.
No.
But anyway, so that's where we are, and it just so happens that this week we had half of the week thrown into the garbage can. So for those of you thinking of building a house, these are the things you have to look forward to. It's not frustrating at all.
No, not
but
at all.
I mean, at the end of the day, the house is coming together. It's looking good. We are ready to be done. How many? 3.5 months ago?
5.5 months ago.
5.5 months ago. So, thanks for watching, guys. It's coming along. We'll keep you in the loop. There is one other thing we're going to show you before we go. Or wait, are we going to show them?
I don't know.
The septic power wires?
No.
Really?
You want to show them dirt?
No, but the lights downstairs are done. Were they done last week? I don't think so.
I know, it's true.
We're going to show you the lights downstairs, guys.
Okay.
We are not downstairs.
No, not yet.
We have this wonderful faucet. Look, and it doesn't swing. You remember? Our builder fixed something for us. What he did was they installed it wrong, and then they fixed it. Seems to be like the standard operating procedure.
Yep.
So we got this faucet, And the reason we got this faucet is because the original faucet wouldn't fit because of the depth of our cabinet. The depth of our cabinet that we picked. Not the way that they drilled the hole. But at the same time, you have to have certain clearances for your lip on the sink, even though it's a flush mount sink. Otherwise, you'll hit the inside of the plywood of your cabinet. So we sort of understood. They worked with us to get this backsplash instead of the quartz backsplash, which was significantly thicker. And then this actually worked out to be a pretty good compromise, and it was about the same price and everything. So I'm happy with it. My wife seems to be happy with it. She hasn't thrown anything at me yet.
Not yet.
And washer and dryer were picked, so you get to see that probably maybe
Should be this week, maybe, hopefully.
So the things that are happening now are just, they're getting to the point where it's like, oh, that's why we did that. And it's really cool to see them coming together. Do we need to show them the attic? Let's show them the attic.
No,
The attic. It's so cool. Let's show them the attic.
Okay.
So this is our attic access. Because of our vaulted ceilings, if you guys haven't been following along, we bisected the entire roof system and the truss network. So we ended up having to do 2 different accesses to get in the attics. And I don't know if you guys are like us, we use our attic for storage. A lot of storage.
A lot.
And we're losing a really easy attic in our current house. Then this house is bigger, but we're gonna lose a ton of storage space upstairs. So the thing is, we wanted to have this inside of our living space, so we need to get some R10 insulation here, which I know you're thinking R10 is not very much, and you're right, but it's a lot better than R0 minus 10, or whatever the door is on the garage door one.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take you upstairs, you guys can see what we've done, and you'll have to forgive the shaky, crappy filming. This is the Louisville product. We love this product. It's really good. The one in our garage sucks bad. Which is also Louisville. So, okay. So this is the attic. Oh, it's warm up here, hon. Yep. So you'll notice that we have outlets in the light fixture, which is super nice for when you're coming up here to do things and you need to run a saw or something like that. Of course, you could use a cordless saw. This is the passive radon mitigation system here, which just comes over here, and what happens is the convection from the heat transfer, the differential temperature up here, pulls the air through convection up the pipe and then out the house. So it bypasses our living space. And then this is the attic, and then the vaulted ceiling and the other side of the vault. And so one thing we have to work out is how are we going to deal with walking up here? And that's going to be a little bit tricky, but I have some plans and I'll show you how we work it out. But what they did is they did the bad insulation to keep the insulation back. So I'm actually going to pause it while I go down the ladder, which, by the way, it's not that precarious. The one in the attic is scary. Okay guys, I keep tempting you with the basement and the awesome lighting down there, but I just wanted to show you the view of the deck. And one of the things that's always a challenge when you're going through this process is you think, look at this beautiful knoll that we have here. And then, uh-oh, you block your view with this. But you kind of have to...
You gotta be able to get out there though.
It is beautiful out there, but we don't want to always block the view. So it's always this balancing act between keeping the view and having the feature. So next up, basement.
Okay. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah.
So we have these little lights. They have the circuit on now. So some of these things, there's another circuit down there for the actual ceiling light. So we'll go ahead and turn that on as we walk down the stairs. Our electrician's done a really nice job, but one thing that we've noticed that's super annoying is when you have 3-way switches, I want them down when they're off. And we have a lot that are like, they're always, like one of them's always up.
Yep.
And I mean, a 3-way switch, you're gonna have that to a certain extent, but I'm gonna have to go in and flip the switches upside down, which it's not a big deal, but you know, I don't think the electrician cares like I do, so I'll have to do it myself. So these are
hold on.
Floor lights on.
There you go.
Game on, game off.
Which
Game
are
on.
super nice. I really like those.
It is, yeah, and those are integral LEDs, so we don't have to switch the light bulb, supposedly. Okay, come on in. Oh, wait.
Oh, hey.
So now, this is what you guys want to do right here. So, you can't hear me. Can you hear me? You can hear me.
I can hear you. Sorry. But there's glass up there. Was
Glass.
that
I
there?
knew that.
Oh, I didn't see it.
My
did
wife
I?
didn't notice it. And by
Sorry.
the way, that glass is tempered glass. Suppose it's tempered glass. So if the inspector is watching, it's tempered.
Totally.
So this is the basement. As you can see, we have one row of lighting here and a lighting circuit all the way down the length of this room, which actually is in the bathroom circuit, which
Yep.
I'm just realizing that actually is supposed to be a separate circuit because that is a bathroom, not the living room.
Oh.
So we'll have to have the electrician switch that. One of my favorite things to do is to have things fixed. Except not. So this one is done. Over here, we have all the circuits done. We have an under the stairway lighting circuit. Nothing super fancy under here. We just have a single light, which is great if you need to go in here for a tornado shelter. You're going to be SOL because you're like right next to the exterior. So anyway, we have another place, but we'll talk about that another time. And HVAC's all done. We are ready for drywall on the ceiling to appease the wonderful county that wants to protect us from ourselves. So we're going to be doing that this week, as well as building some bulkhead framing. So you'll see that this week. And then of course we have a separate circuit for this lighting area, this zone if you will. This is going to be the zone for my shop area. And the only thing about this shop zone area that's kind of annoying me right now as I think about it is that I'm going to have to add about like 17 lights.
Yeah.
So, but that's no big deal. It's easy to add lights, especially when you've got the wiring already in place. So I can just splice in a light here and probably another light here. And at some point this may become part of that room with a steel beam so we can have a gigantic living space down here. We haven't decided exactly how it's going to break down, but there will be some changes eventually. And you guys will see it in the videos. I don't know if we'll do a build series. And then around the corner there's just a nook, nothing special about it. It would be a great place for a tornado shelter.
Or a pantry.
Or a pantry, either one, whichever direction you want to go with it. And then over here, we've got a couple water lines that are moving, and then this thing is moving. Plumbers were very reluctant to do that, but they have to build a bulkhead around here to put the drywall on the ceiling to meet the fire code. So they get to move it, like I told them to in the first place. That was fun to have to go through that. And then this will all be one bulkhead down the length, and it'll narrow and then go all the way down. So we'll show you how that turns out. These things are kind of my forte. My wife thinks they're boring, and probably a lot of you do too, but I get excited about all this stuff. And then the sump pump, still some loose ends to tie up, but there's more coming your way, guys. I always like to end it on a high note. So that's why we're in the basement looking at the plumbing. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Check the link in the description below. If there's something we mentioned, we try to link to the stuff. If we don't link to it, just let us know, and we will add the links. If there's something like a color or a finish or what we did specifically,
The
ask
air
us.
switch or the soap dispenser.
The soap dispenser, we can go ahead and link to that. Soap dispenser, and then the pressure switch for the disposal. And any of the light fixtures, things like this. If you see something you like, let us know. Obviously the RC stuff is coming soon, really soon, because we're going to be here in just probably about 4 to 5 weeks. We'll be moved in. They'll be done with the building probably in 3 weeks. And I say 3 weeks reluctantly because there should never be a 3-day period of time where something isn't getting done on a house that's this close to progress or to being done. And that's exactly what happened today, or excuse me, rather this week. So just kind of the way things go. You get a framing crew, doesn't show up, what are you going to do? So that's the way it is, I guess. And we appreciate you guys bearing with us. Hopefully we'll have more to show you next week. Come back for more. Thanks for watching.